All right, moving on to the toms starting point. Not a lot going on here. These are sort of the three things that three as I hold up all 5 fingers. So let's just dive into it. There's a filter as usual, filtering out the low end that you don't need. It depends on the tom, how much you want to filter. I think this is at about 50, but you know, the lower the tom, the lower the tone. Or the bigger the tom, the lower the tone. Oh, it sounded so much better and then it was wrong. Anyway, so you want to make sure that you're not filtering out the big, low fundamental tone of the tom. But if you have a tiny little, 9-inch tom, or I don't know how small they make them these days, but you can go higher, right? So it's dependent on the size of the tom. And then boxiness, always, if you get a rounder tone, a sort of more of a boom sort of tone when you cut out the mids, and then you want the thickness in the low end, either 60 or 100. Often you get better results from 100 hertz because there's just more of that frequency in the toms. They're not that thick, or they're not that deep, they're not that big. And then you might want to add some additional weight at around, this is about 250, and you can increase that to get a more tone out of the tom. And then if you want bite, you want more of that, more attack basically. This is around, this is 2.5K here. And then sometimes you can get more clarity out of the toms by adding some air. So those are the sort of areas to look for. Make sure you clean out the low end, you reduce any of the boxy frequencies, and then you tweak the low heavy thickness of the tom, as well as the high mid tone and attack on the top. So that's it for the toms, and we'll move on to the overheads only preset, and that will be the last preset video for drums in the series. So let's take a look at that.